Who are your favourites looking at that, Josh?
Well, probably the ones I put on there, to be honest. So I mean, I've already bought one of them in that's on the board. I would like to add that stats aren't everything, right? If I had to say something about this, if I had one criticism of what we showed on the screen right now, it would be that stats are useless in some situations. No, I'm only joking. So I've got Neto already. He's on very thin ice after the weekend. I would say 2 blanks in the first 2 fixtures. I wanted at least one return really, and Tottenham at the weekend isn't looking good.
He looks dangerous though. He looks good. I'm quite happy actually holding Neto. I think he's getting in the right areas. The returns will come.
I mean, let me be absolutely clear. The one that's like the clearest hold of all at the moment, fitness permitting, is Andreas Pereira. I think he's the steal of the season at 4.5. I don't think he'll be going anywhere, genuinely, wild card or not, the way it looks at the moment.
Would you start him, or is he strictly first bench for you?
No, I'm thinking of starting him this week, actually. Just I think when the fixtures drop the way they do this week, I know JB's going to have Trippier away at City or at home to City, for example. He's not going to want to play him. There's a few others, like, do I really want, like, Nico Williams against him is kind of close this week as well, I think, against Pereira. I side with Pereira. So I think a week like this, it's a really good week to play him. But I think, I want to say 80% of the time he'll be sub 1 for me, and I'm really happy with him being first sub, to be honest. The other ones of note are the Brentford boys, to be honest. Like, I know Damsgaard hasn't made his place in the team yet, but
what position will he play? He's centre mid?
In Mbeumo's position, mate. That's what I'm saying. They're all going to sort of compete for that role, either just off Tony or the one behind that, if that makes sense. So like the 8 and the 10, basically.
Because would it be De Silva's role?
Yeah, well, De Silva's not by any means nailed, and he's obviously had a lot of injury problems as well. So they will be quite sparing with him, I think. I don't think they'll overrun him. But I think for now, I mean, I think he's going to play the next game, for example, because like, he's just scored 2 goals in 2 games. It doesn't matter what the XG boys say to me. I'm not really interested, to be honest. They're not going to drop a guy who scored 2 in 2 games. So
0.06 XG. That is quite talented. He must be very, very good at football, to be fair, to score 2 goals from that. He must be very, very good.
He's been up against the worst 2 goalkeepers in the league. My FPL goalkeeper, and then the one who plays for Man United, apparently. So yeah. No, I like a lot of the Brentford boys. I don't know if I'm brave enough myself. As I say, I'm an Ivan Toney kind of guy. Like, it's just, I've got it on my forehead right here. But I think Damsgaard, Jensen as well has looked really, really good in the first 2 games. I think one of these could be an absolute steal in this sub 5.5 bracket. But I've talked enough now. Doyle, who do you like on this board?
Well, obvious one, Anthony Gordon, but unfortunately it looks like Chelsea are trying to steal him with a £50 million bid, so may not be at Everton by this time next week. But if he does stay, if we rule out any possibility of him moving, I think those fixtures they're pretty tasty. He's been playing up front so far as a false 9. I don't think that's a very natural position for him. I don't think it will continue. I think Rondon will start up front next game. And I think he'll move out to the right wing probably, where he's better there anyway. From an FPL perspective, I think he's more likely to return playing that role than as this false 9. So I do think he's a good pick if this Chelsea interest goes away. Damari Gray's another one, to be fair, same price, other side. You know, he's not looked great, but fixtures are still there. Aside from that on the list, like I said, I still like Neto. I do like Joe Aribo at Southampton, but he didn't start last game. Looked dangerous when he came on though and got the goal. So, and there's rumours that Che Adams is leaving as well, because he's been linked with Everton a lot. So if he goes, it's a Aribo spot.
So I think, to summarise, Doyle liked Dele Alli, Gordon, Gray, Iwobi, and McNeil, I think. JB, come on. There's some that you put forward, I think, that were either cruelly missed off, or there's a few on here, though, I think.
I think the main suspects are on the list. What ones did I say that weren't on there? Jacob Ramsey, did he make the list in the end?
No, I don't.
I was really impressed with him in the first half against Everton at the weekend. I thought he played really well.
Yeah, well,
And he's
Villa
got a
beat
goal, yeah.
Everton, so I didn't put him on the list.
Oh, that's
unfortunately.
why.
I think
Should've
Ramsey
known
was
that.
first reserve on the list, mate. He must have been first reserve because he's obviously a great prospect.
Who else? Pascal Gross, did he make the list? He didn't either, did he? He's slightly above now. He's had his price rise, so he's 5.6 maybe. But he's been from the highlight. I've only seen the highlights of the 2 Brighton games. I haven't seen any full matches, but he's getting into much better positions this year. He looks like he's in the sort of like number 10 in the hole behind the strikers. He's on set
How
pieces,
old
could
is
be on
Pascal
penalties.
Gross now?
Oh, I don't
Couldn't even
know.
have a guess. 28?
I was going to say 28, yeah.
I'd get way old. I was thinking like 33.
No, I don't think that old.
I've got to look that up now.
And this boy has had 2 90 minutes as well, which is absolutely massive for me. As you know, this is my favorite statistic of all of them. So
You're
I
in
think
the middle. He's 31.
okay, yeah, he might have penalties as well, Gross. That's not confirmed at all. I think they're quite up in the air. They've got McAllister, they've got Welbeck, they've got Pascal Gross, but
Mopé had a lot, and obviously he's not on them anymore. So, well, he looks like he's being shipped out. So maybe. The only other one I wanted to mention as well, because again, this is just literally from the highlights of the Brighton game. Never heard of him. Don't know where he come from. Don't know his age. Don't know his position. Literally, that's it. But he come on. He was fantastic. It's called Mitoma for Brighton. He looked like he was playing. All I can say is he playing like the left wing position. But he come on. He looked fantastic, and I think he was 4.5 or 5 million maybe. Maybe just one to keep an eye on.
Or 5.
5. But yeah, maybe just one to keep an eye on.
yeah, I don't. We can put him forward confidently at the moment. But he's been the talk of Twitter after Saturday. Everyone was saying he had a great 20 minutes at the end. I think so. He's going to be one to
on
watch.
Twitter a Brighton fan. Is it me, or there's more Brighton fans on Twitter than anywhere else in the world?
Az is just getting too much coverage. That's all it is.
I think it's just Az changing his name all the time on Twitter. I was going to say, I think he just keeps like pretending to be other people and say, Brighton are fantastic. We've got such good XG all the time. But
the last few names on the list that we've not gone through, I guess, then are Aronson.
That's the one I wanted to say, Doyle. I'm glad you brought him up. He's looked a really good player in the first 2 games. Leeds again have got good fixtures.
Leeds
Chelsea
looking a bit
this
better
week
as well, isn't they?
Chelsea this week, but after this, I think he might be more of a game week 4 or game week 5 purchase, I think. But he's definitely on the list with Everton, Brentford, Forest, United, Villa, Palace back to back. It seems like a decent run, I think. So at 5.5, he's definitely on the table, I think. Can't discount, like, I know Rodrigo's outside of this price bracket that we're talking about, but if he's playing out of position at 6-1, it might just be worth paying the extra, I think, would be my only concern.
Is he listed as a mid?
Here we go. Yeah, he's a mid on FPL.
Yep.
He looks like he's come into the season really firing this year as well. So I've definitely got my eye on Rodrigo, just outside the price bracket. The problem is, it's like he's in this. Rodrigo's now the same price as Martinelli.
And do you really want to be bringing in Rodrigo in your fancy team? He's one of those players. He scores a few goals, and it's just.
You're ruling out Rodrigo, but you're advocating Pascal Gross 2 minutes ago. Was that what you're saying here?
Yes, exactly that.
It's taken a funny turn already, boys. I felt uneasy about bringing this section in because
Gross and Rodrigo, the boys say to bring in
loads of absolute nonsense picks, that just like sneak through the list. Is there anyone else, Doyle? Is Souček on there?
No, he didn't make the list.
He was brilliant yesterday, just as a side note. And having spoken to he's 5'5". If he was 5, I'd love him. Actually.
Yeah, 5 mils about right for him, I think.
But he's very much back to what he was like 2 seasons ago when we all had him on fan team for 4.5. He is getting in such advanced positions. They're literally doing the thing where they wait for him to get in the box before they cross the ball, which is the way I like him as an asset, obviously. He had 3 really good chances yesterday, actually, like really good chances. He caused the penalty, which McKenna saved, and Rice passed to Dean Henderson, which was nice of him. But I think when West Ham's fixtures turn in 3 or 4 weeks, I think I might still have my eye on him if he's looked exactly the same as he did yesterday.
Yeah, fair enough. The last one on the list is Tavernier.
No, we can skip him, mate.
Yeah, Josh pick,
he's 5 million. He looked really good in week 1. Actually, he played when they played Villa. He looked really, really good. But yeah, it was interesting that he at least started again yesterday when they made like a few enforced changes, I think. But yeah, probably just a wait and see for him right now. I'm not sure I can advocate a Bournemouth player when there's so many other good options with good fixtures. I think he might be like the sort of the last one on the list, I think.
Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Well, that concludes the hot topic, I guess, this week. Just before we go on then, if you had to pick one player off the list, who would you go for, John?
I will go for Pascal Gross.
Josh?
Excluding Pereira, as I've already mentioned, I think it'd be like him and someone else. So I'd take him first and foremost. A brief interlude again. Yeah, while we
dropped at the perfect time.
Yeah, the timing was immaculate, mate. I've completely forgotten what I was even saying now.
I tried to press play when I said Pascal Gross. That's why there was a slight pause, and it ended up coming out halfway through your pick.
Oh, the production quality never ceases to amaze over here.
This is how you watch football as well, isn't it, JB? About 2 minutes behind everyone else. Yeah,
about 10 minutes behind.
Well, just Eze would be bottom of my list, Doyle. I'd like to say that, by the way. So if I could put my word forward there, I'd take Pereira, and then I'd probably take Aronson because of the fixtures, but I'd want him game week 4, I think.
Cool. Mine would be, I'd stick him with my boy Neto, and obviously Flash Gordon would be the second one. Cool.